Hey y'all, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Today I'm hopping with Card Hoppin', and our group does a lot of fun themes and techniques, and it's been a full year already. We're about to go into 2022 and we'll start another year of fun themes and techniques. This is the card I'm making today. So the theme is favorite holiday. You can see I chose Halloween. The techniques are interactive or fun fold, and for this one I chose interactive. So I'll let you watch my stamping process here, and I want to tell you about the hop because this time it's actually a giveaway as well. So per usual, I'll have the next person in the crafty lineup downstairs in my description box, and you will be able to find information on the giveaway as well. It is a $50 gift card to scrapbook.com. Yeah, you heard that right. $50 to scrapbook.com. Scrapbook.com has generously agreed to be our sponsor this month, and yeah, you definitely want to get in on this. So to get in on this, there is a form as well downstairs, or there's a link to a form, and it's a Google document. I just need you to click on that, fill that out with all your information. It's kind of one-stop shop, and that way it's a lot easier for us in the end to identify and contact the winner. So it's kind of new on my end, but definitely use that link, fill out your information, get yourself registered to be entered to win the $50 gift card to scrapbook.com. Okay, now the card. You've seen me stamp it out. You've seen me use two different types of paper, and I also heat emboss with the Simon Says stamp clear embossing powder. And now I am stamping or coloring this fun skull. I mean, look at that snarky, smirky face on this skull. I think he's adorable. So yeah, I'm just coloring him up, painting him up with my Caran Brush Marker Pros, letting the water do the work, the water and the pigment do the work, and I think it's so much fun. He has such a smirk. I had to give him blushy cheeks, and I tried to give him like creepy crusty teeth, but they just ended up looking like gold teeth. So that's my skull. So this excuse me, this flower that I'm coloring up here is the one that I stamped on the index paper. Ultimately, I will cut out the individual petals and use them to add some depth and dimension and life to my final card. But again, it's index paper. It's not watercolor paper, so I have a little trouble getting my colors to move and to blend, and it looks really splotchy, and I'm not incredibly happy with it, and I was concerned it wouldn't work. This is my Arteza watercolor paper, and watch the difference in how the pigments just, oh, they just glide and bloom and spread in a beautiful way. It's almost effortless on my part. It's just, yeah, it's beautiful. I love the way the colors wick. And yeah, so I just go all the way around, just literally doing a few little strokes with this yellow, and I come in a second and I use my brush from time to time just to help move that pigment about. And I go all the way, look at that, literally effortless. So the paper makes all the difference. I know a lot of people struggle with their Caran Brush Marker Pros. The paper makes the difference, definitely. So here I'm coming in with just a deeper yellow, and you can see I'm just flicking, super easy. So whatever I do on the main panel, I come back over to this index panel as well, because I had not put these deeper yellows on there. So I did that all the way around as well. And so here's where I decide I need to go ahead and cut my skull out to make sure that he's going to work for the direction that I'm going. And if you missed it in the beginning, I'm not going to tell you again. So I fussy cut him out, and I'm just using a black marker. This is my Arteza Everblend, and I just go around the edges just to, you know, color up those edges so that it doesn't look funky. And again, if you missed it in the beginning, this is the direction I'm heading in. Yeah, he is so fun in the middle of that card. So let me tell you, one of my secrets that I found really makes a difference is making sure, especially if you want your colors to wick and blend and bleed like this, in a controlled manner, keep your panel wet. Because literally you can see all I'm doing is dabbing my pen to the paper. And then that pulls, the water pulls the pigment out of the brush, and then it just, look at it, just blends perfectly on its own. I'm literally just dotting it down. The water, the paper, and the pigment are doing all the work for me. And so I'm just adding the gray to the ends on both ends of each petal, and that just adds to like some of that drama. And then I decided that I wanted like a halo, like a gray halo. So the gray on the flower is a neutral gray. This gray that I'm doing on the outside is a cool gray, and you can see that it has a purple cast to it. And so after I go all the way around and I add some gray all the way around, again, you can see I'm just dabbing, dabbing, dabbing. And I get deeper and darker, especially down in the nooks and crannies, the crevices. And I ultimately pull in purple because I liked the purple cast. So I liked the purple, and then I also wanted my leaves to be a little bit darker. So then I bring in black to layer and blend over the gray on each petal at the tips as well as at the base. And again, as long as I keep my panel damp, really the water, the paper, and the pigment do the work for me. Look at how it just bleeds and blends, and it's getting more and more dramatic. So then I come back to the tips and I do a little bit more, again, just dabbing, using my brush from time to time to help the colors move. Some of it bleeds in a not so good way, but given the nature of this card, I'm not even mad about it. It adds to that creep factor. So here's where I'm bringing in the purple in the halo, and it just makes a beautiful contrast to that yellow. Think your color wheel. You know, where is purple as opposed to yellow, right? So they make a beautiful contrast. And so that purple and that gray really makes that yellow pop. So yeah, definitely made a difference. So here I heat both panels just because I want to make sure that they're dry. And this is where I'm fussy cutting these individual ones. Now you see I did not color the whole thing. I didn't want another another flower. I just wanted a few petals just to stand out. So heat embossed it. You saw I did a little bit of ink blending with my black soot and mounted it all up on some double-sided foam tape. And here's where it gets interactive, folks. The action wobbler. You guys know I don't do technical. I don't typically do interactive, and fun folds are both hard for me. But I put him up on my very last action wobbler, and I love it. Like, I wish you could have heard me giggling. It's so much fun. It's creepy, it's macabre, it's definitely weird, but it's so much fun. And here's where I'm adding those index paper petals. So they're a lot thinner, a lot more thin than the watercolor paper, right? I mean, index paper is very thin. And it gives it, because it's thin and it's light and it's not heavy, it gives it a little more movement. You can see I'm kind of curling up the ends of each petal and then just adhering down all the way around using a double-sided tape at the very tip of each petal and just framing that skull, framing his face, going all the way around. Curling each petal as I go, making sure that it has movement and it has that depth and dimension. And there he is. Boom! He is interactive, folks, and each petal is curled up so you can touch them, you can flick them, you can see that there's depth and dimension. And then I decided, yeah, gotta have a little bit of Nuvo Crystal Glaze. So on each eye, on just a few of his, what turned out to be gold teeth. Yeah, and so here he is. This is my finished card. So guys, again, card hopping, right? This is our October hop. Let me encourage you, fill out that form in the description box. Get yourself entered to win that $50 gift card to scrapbook.com. And the next person in the lineup is downstairs in my description box as well. Make sure you hop along. Go see all of this fun inspiration. See everyone's take on the theme and the techniques. And give everybody some love. Subscribe if you're so inclined. Definitely leave comments. And come back next time, because next month we'll have another card hopping with a different theme and different techniques. So until then, y'all, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Thanks for spending some time with me. Mwah. I'm out.